Hey, this is Rick Theriault, Maine Real Estate Guide, and it's early September, and I'm on location in my favorite region of the state of Maine, the St. John Valley area. I'm in the town of St. Francis in northern Aroostook County. And what I've got coming to market for you folks today is just a fabulous property. It's a beautiful ranch-style home. It's 50 years old. It was built around 1972. It's in pretty decent shape. It's a little dated on the interior, but we'll check that all out. But it's a solid house on a beautiful piece of land. It's over 64.08 acres of land that you can see behind me. It rises from about 740 or so plus or minus feet above sea level to just over 1,000 feet above sea level. So we got about 250 or so feet of elevation rise that we're going to explore here in a bit. I've got a lot to cover here today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the highlights right now, and then we'll check out the main home, and then we're going to spend some time on the exterior of the property and the land and whatnot. So the home itself was built in 1972. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's a little over 1,170 plus or minus square feet of finished living space. It's got a couple of sources of heat for the home. It's got a wood stove downstairs that's ducted to the first floor main living area, and it also has a hot water baseboard oil-fired furnace for heat, and it has a wood-burning fireplace that is on the main level in the kitchen and dining area, which is quite nice. The property is just beautiful. The home sits back just enough off the road to have a lot of privacy. It's got a paved drive that rises up from the state maintained highway up onto the property, and a beautiful yard. So let's get started and check out the exterior of the home, and then we'll head inside and check out the interior, and then we're going to head out into the woods for a hike and check out some of the bonus features this property has to offer as well. So we're on the roadside of the home as we approach up the driveway, which is a nice paved driveway. Again, this home was built around 1972. This is the first time it's ever been on the market. I'm working for the family that built the home to find some new ownership. But this is just a beautiful place. It's got a 2-car attached garage, as you can see. There is one of the doors does have an automatic garage door opener. Another one could be installed on the other one if you wanted. The home is sided with lightly brown stained cedar shakes, and they are in pretty decent condition. It's got a metal roof, which is nice. We're in snow country here, so that helps with snow removal. A nice little sitting area here that looks out over the beautiful green lawn. It's quite expansive. I've talked to several people over the last several weeks that call from the west, where it's pretty much drought conditions there. And what you find in general here in Maine, especially in the St. John Valley, is we get ample rain to keep things green. The woods that you can see behind you, they're all lush and green. The lawns are green. The perennial plantings are green. We get plenty of rainwater. There's also a lot of recreational water available. We're on the opposite side of the road that you can maybe catch a glimpse on in that general direction there. On the opposite side of the road, down over the bank, is the St. John River. We are, I don't know, we probably are 80 feet above the river, so no danger of flooding for this home. But there's plenty of recreational water right there. Also within about 3 miles of this property, that you could ride a bicycle to it, are the Pelletier Lakes. Second, third, and fourth Pelletier Lakes. They are trout ponds of various sizes, not very large. I think the largest is around 85 acres of surface area. And they are native brook trout waters that are easily accessible from this property. You also have direct ATV and ITS snowmobile trail access from here. So this is just a great, great location. This property, the home, 1,176 plus or minus square feet of living space, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car attached garage, drilled well, private septic, and more. It's situated on 64 plus or minus acres of land and coming to market at $299,000. So let's check this out in detail. So this is kind of a walk around here of the exterior, which is in pretty decent shape. The shingles are in good shape. The deck here could use a little tweaking, but it's solid. It just needs to be jacked up a little bit and leveled. This is the exterior of that brick fireplace that we'll see on the inside in the clean out down below. Another little look of the expansive yard. There are lots of perennial plantings around. Some of the beds are a little overgrown, but they could be brought back. And you could have quite a beautiful, beautiful backyard. Plenty of room here to have a large vegetable garden. Just, and things grow pretty well here in Aroostook County. This is part of the farm belt here for the state of Maine. They grow lots of different crops. The main crop being potatoes, but corn, potatoes, oats, they all grow here. You see lots of vegetable gardens, and they all do very well. The soils are very, very good in this area. Another little look at the metal roof. This little kick-out doghouse entry is into the basement. And that's how you would bring firewood into the basement for the wood-burning appliances. So let's take a walk inside 2092 Maine Road in the town of St. Francis and check out the interior of this lovely home. So we enter into the garage area. The folks are in the process of moving the personal effects out of the property, but it's a pretty expansive garage, room for 2 vehicles. In the back section here, you got a little workbench area with some shelving, place to keep your tools. Got a barrel stove for heat, and if you're out here in the wintertime and you want to work on something, you could fire that up and be toasty warm. The room is insulated, so wouldn't take much to take the winter chill off. A lot of homes in Aroostook County had what would be termed a summer kitchen. That's what this stove is out here for. It's a place to do your canning, so you keep your water bath processing out of the main house and keep the temperature down in there so it stays cooler on the main living area, and you can do your canning out here. You could even cook dinner out here if you wanted to, but kind of a summer kitchen canning area. So we'll enter into the mudroom area of the home. So it's kind of a combination entryway, laundry room, even has a little utility sink. We'll go into the main house and then we'll go downstairs, check out the basement. So you enter into a pretty large kitchen. And the kitchen's had some updates over the years. It looks pretty good. It's in pretty decent shape, has a tile floor. Pretty nice looking cabinets. They're in good condition. Electric range, refrigerator. Got this nice brick hearth for the wood burning fireplace. Then off the eat-in kitchen is the family room. You can kind of, these folks used to gather around the organ, probably sang Christmas. I see Christmas songs up there, so probably sang Christmas carols. Had a Christmas tree in here, and a lot of family coming and going. This door here goes out to the porch that we saw earlier. Covered porch area. This would be the sleeping wing. Got a full bath here. And a bedroom. This home has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. This would be the primary bedroom. This room is pretty large. Plenty of room. You could have a king-size bed in here easily. There's plenty of room all around here. Got his and her closets. They are lit. I believe they are cedar lined. They look to be. And a small bath off the primary bedroom. Yeah, there's another little closet over there for linens or what have you. Quite a bit of storage in this home. Little closets everywhere. There's another one. Again, this home was built in around 1972. First time coming to market. So we'll head down into the basement area. More storage here for use it as a little pantry area. This large room here, they used to keep a couple of 3 beds down here for overflow guests and have a crew here. But this would be a great game room, or another little family room. You could finish it up a little more, put some more lighting down here. Quite an expansive room down here. Here's the oil barrel for your oil-fired furnace. There's your electrical service. This large room here was their pantry. And I can imagine back in the day when the family was growing up here, this was just brimming with canned vegetables, pickles, pickled beets, etc. down in this area here. Lots of storage. This would be the mechanicals room. Here's the bulkhead that I showed you on the exterior. Entrance into the basement area. Wood storage. The ceilings are very high. No danger of banging your head here. This is a very cool stove. It looks to be very similar to like a Russian fireplace. So you get a lot of masonry brick around, a wood-burning cast iron appliance, and it is ducted directly into the living space in 2 locations, one being in the laundry room, mudroom area, and the other being the family room. And with a wood fire in there, you can be toasty warm upstairs, no question whatsoever. The interior of the burning appliance, the wood burning appliance, the fire brick on the inside needs to be replaced. A lot of it has fallen out over the years, so that would need to be rebricked, in my opinion. Not that difficult a job. I have to rebrick my wood stove at home from time to time. Here's your hot water boiler, your boiler mate for domestic hot water, and your pressure tank for your drilled well. Now, one hidden feature about this home was when they first built it, they did not have a drilled well. And we're going to go check out that other water source in more detail in a bit, but this is where it comes in. Right there. There's a buried water line, and it is still active. It's just turned off right now. There's a shut-off valve right here. But the other end of that line, up on the hillside, is a spring, and so you got gravity-fed spring water into this house. So if you didn't have power, you could still have running water. All you got to do is open that valve, and you got spring water that is coming down the hill. You don't need to pump it because it's probably 60 or 80 feet uphill from this house. So by the time it gets down here, there's quite a bit of pressure. So it'll flow right in here, gravity fed. Very, very cool. So you get two water sources for this home. You can get high-speed internet here. Spectrum internet is available, and it's a pretty decent and reliable broadband service, and it is available here at this location. St. Francis is a small community, roughly 480 or so residents live in St. Francis. The area that you would be going to get your groceries and whatnot would be the town of Fort Kent, and that is about 35 minutes from here and roughly 30 miles to Fort Kent. There you'll find a community of roughly 5,000 with a University of Maine campus, Northern Maine Medical Center, a couple of grocery stores, car dealerships, and much, much more in Fort Kent. For small items, quart of milk, loaf of bread, maybe a sandwich, you can walk to a convenience store that is directly abuts this property. So just 300 or 400 feet up the road, you can go to Chamberlain's Market and get yourself a sandwich, a cup of coffee, loaf of bread. So that's pretty convenient. So let's head back outside and go check out some more of this beautiful property. There's lots of bonus features that we're going to talk about, and check out the land. Again, there's over 64 acres of land that is being sold with this home, and what a beautiful piece of land it is. So let's head over to one of the key bonus features on this property, which is a guest log cottage up on the hillside that has electricity, running water, hot and cold, full bath, and sleeps 5. It's a beautiful little log home that was built about the same time this house was, actually a couple of years earlier. The people that the family built this house, they lived in the log home while they were constructing the ranch style home down below. And since then, this home has been, or this guest cottage has been used kind of as a recreational rental. It has a pretty strong rental history for sportsmen that would travel up here, primarily hunters and fishermen, and they would rent the cottage. Sleeps 5. It's got wood heat, hot and cold running water, private entrance, and you could definitely continue that tradition if you wished, or not. But it does. This is a recreational area. This Upper St. John Valley, here in the town of St. Francis. We're just about a mile from the one of the checkpoints to go into the North Maine Woods area, which is 3.2 million acres of privately held timberland that is available for other people to recreate on for a nominal fee. There's lots of sporting camps in this area, and hunters and fishermen come here from all over the world every year to explore the woods and ply the waters in search of trophy game and fish. But this is a cute little log home that was built from materials right on site primarily. The logs, that is. The 2x4s and stuff were probably milled locally. The cabin needs a little work. Again, it was built about 50 years ago. It has settled into the ground. What I would suggest is you jack it up, get it up off the ground a bit. These bottom logs are a little soft. I think they can be saved. There's a material I use on my house. I have a wooden house that I get from the log home store. It's wood epoxy. There's two forms. One's a putty, and the other is a liquid that penetrates wood and hardens. So you could, it's made for working on log houses to make repairs. But this is a cute little log home. Again, sleeps 5, wood heat, hot and cold running water. It's got a shower and a toilet, kitchen sink. Pretty cute, and a nice little private spot for your guests. So whether you use it as a rental or just you get some family and friends visiting and they want to stay in the cabin, what a cool place. I'm going to switch cameras and shoot the interior a little bit. It's a little cluttered, needs a little cleaning, but it's cute. So we'll head inside the cabin. Remember, it needs a cleaning, but check out these details. These are hand-hewn logs. These were cut on location over 50 years ago and hand-peeled, and you can see the axe work. This is just a very cool cabin. It needs some work, but it's got a strong rental history. These folks used to rent it. They made more than enough to pay their property taxes and put money in the bank every hunting season. This was occupied by people that want to come back if this was available. So you got some clients that would readily rent this, but it needs a cleaning, and it needs to be jacked up and leveled. But I got the lights on, so again, it's got wired for electricity. It's got a nice little kitchen area. You got a refrigerator, a gas stove for cooking. Again, hot and cold running water. There's a kitchen sink. Nice wood stove for heat that will keep you plenty warm here. You got a little sitting area. Watch a movie on the big screen. Get a little bathroom area. Use your hot water tank. Shower. Toilet. Little sink. Again, needs a cleaning. Here's the bedroom area. Again, it sleeps 5. Plenty of room. So you'd have to, again, jack it up. Log cabins need to be chinked, so you'd have to seal along there. It's just property maintenance is all it is. But this is just wicked cool. Hand-hewn logs. There's axe marks in there. A lot of character here. This is just, if you bought a log home kit from a manufacturer, they're nice, but they don't have this kind of character. And This is kind of a wall of history. All these names and dates are, people that have stayed here over the years, and vacationed here, and just left their mark on the wall. So lots of family memories for guests were made right in this little cabin on the hill, just about 300 yards from the house. So what a great Airbnb opportunity. Fix this up and live in the main home and rent this out, through the hunting, fishing, snowmobile, ATV season here. I bet you could do quite well with this little cottage. So we're going to leave the cottage location and follow this little trail. This is where the spring that provides water for the cottage and is auxiliary water, now that there's a drilled well for the main house, But this spring was told to me, used to produce water for both properties prior to them drilling a well. So let's go check out the spring. Well, we found the spring. It's dark and shady in here, which is typical of a lot of spring locations. But what a cool resource to have for your property. There's 3 cement tiles that they've had dug down over 50 years ago to improve the spring and put a cover on it. And then this is gravity feed down to the cottage and down to the house. I bet we're 80 feet above the house. So you get 80 foot ahead for the water running down. And you can see that there's plenty of water. It just flows out over the well tiles all year round. So I'm still walking along, still working my way up. You can see this, I don't know if you can tell, but the ground is pretty heavily sloped. When you call and talk to me on the telephone, if you ask for a copy of our interactive map, I'll send it to you, and you can open up and look at the satellite image as well as the topo. You can see the grade and the elevation change. It's pretty cool. I've been walking along. I finally found some property line evidence. Found a couple of spots of paint, some ribbon marking one far edge. So there is some line evidence on the property. I'm going to continue upward to the height of the land and then head back down. So the town of St. Francis is right adjacent to the town of Allagash. Allagash is world-renowned as a destination for hunters, fishermen, canoeists, outdoor photographer. It's a great outdoor destination, world-renowned, and St. Francis is right next to it. We're actually pretty close to the town line where this property is located. And so from this property, from an outdoor recreation standpoint, you have access to the North Maine Woods, because the gate to the North Maine Woods, one of the entrances to Dabooley, is just about a mile or so from the house. And that opens up 3.2 million acres of playground for you that you have access to, besides the 64 acres that you would own. For recreational water in this area, close by, you have the St. John River with several public launches available to launch a boat or a canoe. You have the Allagash River, the Little and Big Black Rivers, the St. Francis River, and in the town of Fort Kent, you have the Fish River. The Fish River forms the Fish River chain of lakes, which kind of begins in and around the town of Portage. So you have Portage Lake, Fish Lake, and Eagle Lake, Square Lake, Cross Lake, Mud Lake, and Long Lake. And they're all beautiful, predominantly cold water fisheries, trout, salmon, lake trout. And they're just a short drive from here. And there are public launches on several of those lakes if you're into lake fishing. I would say this hillside that we're on here, I'm off the property right here. This has been thinned to my left. We'll swing to the right, get back on the property. But we're almost to the top. I see lots of leaves for lady slippers, which are a wild orchid that grows in Maine in the springtime. They're very pretty. They're protected. You don't want to dig them up and try to plant them in your perennial garden. They'll grow naturally, and they do. They grow naturally right on this piece of ground. So if you want to enjoy some lady slippers in the springtime, take a walk in the woods. You'll find them. Well, I was hoping I would stumble upon some chanterelles, and here's quite a patch. It goes on for, I don't know, 30, 40 feet, big circular patch. You get several pounds of chanterelle mushrooms growing right behind the house. I'm just off of the I'm almost at the bottom of the ridge, and where there's a small plateau here, and there are just hundreds of chanterelle mushrooms. So back to sustainable lifestyle. I mean, you can cut your own firewood here. You can forage for mushrooms. Chanterelles are quite delicious. They got almost an almondy kind of flavor. Very good. You can make maple syrup here. You can grow your own vegetables in the garden. You can search for white-tailed deer in the forest. You can buy potatoes up the street from the local farmer. This is a beautiful place to live. The town of St. Francis, 2092 Main Street, St. Francis, Maine. So I'm headed down the hill to the main house. So this property is coming to market, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, ranch-style home, just under 1,200 square feet of finished living space. It's got wood heat, hot water baseboard heat, 64 beautiful wooded acres. If you're looking to live a life in a quiet location where you can either retire, raise your family, live a sustainable lifestyle, this is a property you seriously need to look at. 64 wooded acres, you could heat your house for the rest of your life with the wood that's standing here and never run out of trees. The forest here is going to produce more wood on an annual basis than you will ever cut. You could produce maple syrup here. I'm walking down this trail, and there's maple trees along its edge. It's a nice wooded hillside. Looking at the stumps I found in the woods, I would say this was last cut about the time they built this house, around 50 years ago. So it's a beautiful wooded parcel of land. So if you're looking for a beautiful home in a quiet location where you can live a sustainable lifestyle, you want to give Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide, a call at area code 207-731-9902. This property is coming to market at $299,000. When you come here, when you make a phone call and make an appointment so that we can come up here and spend some time, plan on spending some time, because you can't look at 64 wooded acres in 10 minutes. This is a few hours on the property, looking at the home, looking at the land, looking at the area. So come if you've been dreaming of a different lifestyle, give me a call, and let's see if we can make your dreams a reality here at 2092 Main Street in the town of St. Francis, Maine. Again, give Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide, a call at area code 207-731-9902.